want to show you how the medlab cloud software works. Here we go. You tap the address bar, medlab, type medlab, customer access. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Now I've logged in now. We are at the interface for logging in. So enter the phone number and password. So tap login. Now we're in. I've been logged into the database. So okay, here this is a test. This is a test account, a test cloud account. And for testing purpose, you see from the top, medlab, the address, the company that is using the software, then we have the kind of package you are signed up. This is a multiple branch package. Renewal countdown 222 days. The software, the cloud service is requires annual renewal. Though some people can pay more than a year, some can pay 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years ahead and all that. But like this client now has subscribed for 1 year and has 222 days left, counting down to the end of the subscription. This is for you to know. So when it is approaching, you'll be able to renew by yourself and all that. So that's for that. We'll come back to this issue later. So now we're in the dashboard now. From the top down, you have this black button at the extreme top right is the menu bar. When you toggle it, you touch it, it brings out a menu, and this is the menu which contains the link, the tools for you to access the software all through. Okay, so you can see lab dashboard, profit and loss account, investigation frequency, which shows the statistic of the transactions you do, how many kinds of tests you do in a particular category, or let's say how many wider have you done, for example, in the past 1 month, 2 months, 1 week, 3 days, and all that. That's investigation frequency. You have repairs and fixes. This is the admin login, so it gives you a lot of access. This repairs and fixes enable you to alter a transaction. Like if your staff should make mistakes, post wrong transaction, you can actually come here and delete the transaction and manage it. Then you have manage login. This manage login contains tools, as you can see: change password, manage user login, cloud subscription if you want to see your cloud subscription details. Then we also have SMS subscription, okay, and log out. If you want to log out, this is where you come to. You have salary and HRM, but this feature is not available in most of the packages we have, okay, because it's a dedicated package, it's a dedicated feature for those who need HRM, management, salary, account, and all of those and all that. So that's for that. Then you have internal consumables. This tool enable you manage the items you have and how to keep their stock, your reagents, your kits, how to estimate how many have been used, how many you have left, and all of that. Then you have service and price list. If you want to change your price list, you want to edit your tariff for your private patients, this is where you come. You see price category, price subcategory, new price, and all of that. Group investigation links. Now there are some tests you do. Let's say you have a kind of test called general test, and inside that general test you do malaria, you do food blood count, and other things. Okay, so that is like a group test. That is what you do with these group investigation links and all that. If you want to change your price, you come here, update price list, view price list, enables you to see the current price list, then price type to set the title of a price. Okay, then financial report. Here, this has to do with all the reports you need: cash book, purchases ledger, daily stock, and all of that. A lot of the features are not available in some of the packages, but some of them, most of them are. Then lab charts. This is where you access the daily transaction, or the you are dealing with the charts, the investigation that have been booked for, whether they have been completed, whether the results have been entered. This is how you navigate it. We'll come back to this later on. Then diagnostic imaging. This is for those who are doing scan. This feature is also not available in most of the packages, except for those who are signing up for the exclusive diagnostic complete feature, which enables you to enter your scan reports. Okay, then physiology chart for those who do physiology, ECG, and all of those. Okay, now all the investigation structure. Here you can actually manage template for all investigations. We have over 200 standard investigation, from wider to PCV to culture. All the investigations that any standard lab is running, we have their templates, the way the results are structured. So this is where you manage it. If you think you need to modify the template or have your own custom made templates, this is where you come to all the investigation settings. Okay, combined profile. Okay, we have generic templates. We'll talk about this as time goes on. New investigation structure, we'll also talk about it. All this has to do with managing your templates, imaging and physiology tests. Then referral. This is where you manage your referral, register referrals that you have, those chemists, those pharmacies and hospitals that refer patients to you, and you give commission. This is where you come and manage their accounts. You can see new referral. Here you register a new referral account list. There you can access all the referrals. Commission settings, how you set the commissions, the percentage commission. Okay, whether general commission for all, or if you have specific referrals that do more than others, and you want to give them a custom percentage, maybe where you are giving others 10%, you want to give these ones 15%. That's commission settings. You can set it there. Then referral ledger, that's where you view the accounts of each of the referral. Then affiliate institution, this place has to do with handling some institutions, maybe healthcare facilities like hospitals, okay, or corporate organizations who work with you, and they use their price list, not your own. Okay, they use a separate price list from you, and so you manage. And then most times the transactions are usually credit based, and maybe month end they make their payments. So this affiliate institution has to do with, is a kind of referral, but these are special referrals who use their own price list that you have negotiated about, and then the transactions are usually credit transaction, meaning they will be paid for later on. So you need to keep your account. This is where you come to manage all of those accounts. Now, okay, then you come to payments and rebates. This is where you come and receive payments, anything money matter. Okay, receiving of payment, paying out, supplier rebate. Most of the features too are not available for all the packages, but good to know. This is where you come and handle payments as an admin. And transaction account, this has to do with account that you use for transaction. Then signature settings, each of the results in the template actually go with the signatories of the scientists, the MLS, the medlab scientists who are in charge. Either you, the senior, that of you, the senior scientist, or the senior scientist along with your assistant in the lab. So this is where you come and manage your signatures. If tomorrow you have new scientists, you don't need to call us. You can come here and manage, register a new signature bearer, upload a new signature, and you can manage those accounts here. Then manage letterhead. Now there are some investigations in some labs, they have already had a letterheaded paper that they are superimposing the actual computer printout on and all that. So if this is why some people are printing everything live from system without letterhead. So if you have letterhead paper, you can, if you are using letterhead, this is where you come and manage, those functionalities. Okay, new letterhead settings, letterhead profile, upload letterhead picture, and manage letterhead profile. So all of these are the tools, rich tools and functionalities, okay, that summarizes what the software can do. So you access this from the menu bar on this button at the extreme top right. And when you come down now, let's now face the software proper. Whenever you log in, you are faced with this report page. We call it the dashboard. You can see previous day and next day. The current day is showing here. Today is 10th of February, and you are seeing the transaction. Now come in and you see active branch. Since this is a multiple branch package, you can actually select which branch you want to view. Okay, you can see laboratory Ruben Arugere Benin Diagnostic Center. With anyone you switch to as an admin, that's you'll be able to see the investigation and track what is going on in that branch at that particular time. Okay, so now let's come down. You see lab chart, diagnostic imaging. Here you want to go the shortcuts to those menus that we're coming from. Now from the dashboard you can just access the lab chart and it will take you there. For imaging, if you are doing image and physiology, which are these three orange buttons, okay, below where you have the changing of branch. Now then you have a credit brought forward. Now this is very important. Usually in the way the lab business runs, you cannot avoid the use of credits. Okay, you cannot avoid the use of credits. It is not a supermarket, so you cannot force all your patients to pay all the amount charged that you charge them at the same time at a go in a lump sum. Now most times, especially for some of those investigations that require 3 days or more, like your culture, lipid profile, etc., to actually fertility investigations that require more days, weeks, and all of that. So most times it involves people paying you deposits, and when the investigation is ready, they come and pay the balance. Now, because of lack of accountability, when you're using a manual format, and if a patient does, let's say total test they do is 15,000 naira and the person makes deposit of 10,000 naira, the question is, when the person comes to make payment, how, and you are not there, how are you sure the payment is credited into your entry, entered into your books, and you actually receive the money? So this is a major loophole that most labs have been suffering from. We have actually solved this by looking at what you call credit brought forward. Now in this column, okay, you can see the first one with the icon is a dumbbell for lifting weights. You see credit BF brought forward. So as of today now, 10th of February, if there is any amount that a customer is owing, brought forward from last year to last month to now, you see this total there. It always comes. So any deposit that payment that was billed at a time, it can't leave your eye. You see it there, and you can be able to use this to follow up and ensure that the patient pays and follow up, and you won't be having this. Solves those fraudulent activities and improper record keeping and all that. Most times as a businessman, especially when you have a place that you are having rush, you are more focused on the daily transaction. Your mind, it takes more work which your mind is not willing to do, and you don't have the time and the capacity to do, because you need an accountant to be tracking this over and over. Okay, so you are only concerned at today's money. If today's money is, let's say, 500,000, you say, okay, that's today's sales. You are less likely to remember a 5,000 naira that was owing last week and whether the person has come. And if you have many 5,000 and 1,000 naira like that every day that you cannot account for, that is big money for somebody, okay, who did not invest in your business with you. So we'll come to that. So I'll show you the significance of this credit brought for icon. Then you see today's sales, you can see 70,500. Okay, if you look at it more, you see it's broken down. Private 7,500, affiliate, referral. You can actually see what is the total from the different kind of transaction. Then total expected. This expected is all the debts you're expected to draw plus the actual today's sales gives you this total expected. So this 0 plus 70,500 giving you 70,500. Then payments received. In a particular day, if you have a total expected of 7,500, it's possible you receive payment from some customers who made deposit today or paid completely today, or some who paid for their old transaction of a previous day. So all of those are the payments received, and then you still have your closing credit for that day. So we are expecting 70,500 and you see payment received 57,500. So it means therefore that there is as at the close of today, there is a closing credit that they are owing you, okay, of 13,000 naira and all that. We'll come to this later. So you use this to follow up what and what in and out. Remember, this payment received comprises of both cash and transfers, POS, and all of those. We'll later show you where the payment is broken down and all that, but let's go down. Now if you come below, you see there are 3 tabs here. You see summary, services, and then work log. Let's come back to summary. Now if you look at this summary account, you see it's a table of every transaction, their summary, your closing. Closing of account doesn't have to be a stressful thing where they are calculating and trying to sort out this, sort out that. All of those are unnecessary. When you want to close your account, let's run through this now. From the left to the right, you see patient name, charges brought forward, lab scan. I'm reading the columns now. Scan, meaning all the charges brought forward for that day. Horizontally, you can see Frank, Tina Dan, Mr. Namdi, Toby, all of those running from left to right. Charges brought forward 0. Lab 11,005, meaning all the investigation that they did in the lab that day from this Frank is 11,500. Scan 0. Physiology 0, meaning total is 11,500. This total is everything plus the charges brought forward for that person. Then you have total paid of, so the person paid 5,000 meaning, so in cash total 11,500 minus 5,000 you have 6,500. The next person is Tina Dan, a patient who did total investigation of 31,000. okay, he made payment of 11,500 via cash, 0 POS, and transfer 19,500. okay, making the total pay 31,000. Now the total charge is 31,000 total paid, so the person has a cleared account, 0 balance and all that. So it continues like that, left and right. Now if you look at it now, let's run through where you have let's run through where you have cash. Okay, so you see cash, under cash you see 5,000, 11,500, 18,000, 3,500, 38,000. The overall total under cash is 38,000. POS total is 0. As a question, as a quiz for you, what's the total under your transfer? Give us the answer and compare it there on the dashboard. What's the total paid for the day? Check it out there. That's another quiz for you. And what's the total balance owed for the day? So you can see there. Now we'll go down now to the expenses. Okay, you see 7 liters of fuel was bought. Okay, it was a cash expenses, so it's written under cash. This will later be minus from the 38,000 naira cash, and you have 33,000. POS expenses 0, transferred out. Expenses that you make. On owners of business, you need to understand, when you make expenses, even though you are not in the business premises, whether you paid for somebody, your staff are not aware of it, you need to report that to your receptionist so that they can post it. You cannot, you need to learn to separate your business from your personality. You are making the expenses on behalf of the business. So it's not when you need money, you say you are paying expenses, and you are not recording anything. If it is a difficult work for you, you have cashier, you have receptionists. Use them to post the expenses, whatever, as far as it has to do with the business. As the owner of business, you have right to withdraw money to use money for your personal whatever. That's not what we are saying. But such expenses has to be taken under owner's drawing. However, all other expenses that has to do with the business, the growing of the business, maintenance, buying of reagent and whatever, you must enter it into the system. Okay? Now, we are not doing these expenses for them to be calculating their cash at hand. No, it's beyond that. You see in the profits and loss account, after all, you see that's where everything goes. All the daily expenses, whether transfer or POS or cash, they all go there. Eventually for you to see your profit, your operations. Most business owners, whenever it's time for them to make useful expenses, they begin to explain that things are high, cost is this. Most of those are not necessary. Yes, things are high, but you are doing business, and you are doing business every day. So what you are looking at, a complete accountability. This package has been built to actually help you manage your accounting, but you need to be disciplined to make it work. If, like we have said, if you don't have the time to be recording your expenses, you have a receptionist, you have a manager, you can give it to them, write it out for them, send it to them via WhatsApp, and ensure that they post it so that you'll be seeing it on the dashboard here. So that's for that. Now if we come down, you see cash book details. So under cash drawer, this shows you all the cash details that has come through each of the cash books. And your cash book, though this is not an accounting class, but we need to remind you, your cash account has to do with not just physical cash money that is in your physical naira note or dollar note, as the case may be. You are talking about all the accounts that you use in receiving money. Those are your cash accounts. Okay, the drawer or your safe in your office where your cashier put money is a cash account. Your bank accounts that you have at your banks or your POS account, they are all cash accounts. So these are the cash accounts that we are talking about. Then if you have somebody that you are maybe like you are doing daily contribution or other means of savings, okay, and you're always taking money, all those are cash accounts. So we have to register them so that you'll be seeing in and out. Like you can see here now, First Bank, 15,005 came into First Bank. Okay, that's the net available. As I've opened it now, you see payment was made, which is under there beside 16.5, and from the same First Bank, 1,000 naira expenses was made, way be pickup, okay, and all of that. So this is actually how it runs. Now on a daily basis, if you're able to keep record of all these different categories, your business should be growing, and then it means you are eliminating a lot of bad habits, number one, and also all the loopholes for theft and all of that, you are also closing them. So that is for that. Now let's come to services. Under the services, you get to see summary like the total lab investigation 75, total scan you have done for the day. That's what shows here. So yes, that's service summary. Then you have the service itself, like the Frank we are talking about. What were the services he booked for? We tap it, and you can see malaria wider and PCV. We come to Tina Dan. Okay, we see malaria parasite, blood pregnancy, 2,000 naira, 15 for blood pregnancy. Okay, so here you see the daily transactions, the actual transaction. I gave those summaries that we just finished talking about. Okay, then on the right hand side you have your work log. This work log has to do with whenever investigations are whenever investigations are done. Okay, there is a place for posting the expected time it will take for that result to be completed, and the system brings it to this work log. So you can use this to monitor which investigation you see malaria wider and PCV. Okay, you can see the details in and out, whether it has been done or not. Expected wait time 30 minutes. Okay, it's showing red because those times have passed already and all of that. Anyone that they have completed will disappear from this work log. So this is a dashboard again. This is a dashboard again and all that. So now from here, from this dashboard, now we want to go to the lab chart. And to access the lab chart, we just touch this. You see this, the first orange button, okay, where you have a what do you call it, microscope icon close to it. So tap lab chart. We want to go to today's investigations. Okay, the network failure. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. So at this point, we see various transactions here. You see this is the lab chart, okay. Here you see the date. You can go to yesterday, previous day, or next, or select a particular day or year or so to access. Now here you can select a branch you want to see. Let's say you want to see, this person wants to see, this is laboratory Ruben, I go GRA Benin. We touch it and I will say you can actually use this to, let me flip down. This is the same view you get when you are using computers, where you can use this to search for patient. So the first patient here is Frank, okay, and the Frank is owing 6,005. Let's touch it now. This is what you get. Wow, this is what you get. Okay, so you see the table of the investigation he has booked for. You see malaria, wider, and PCV. Okay, now you see the patient details. Okay, age, gender, etc. All of this we just enter just for you to be able to see the practicality of this. Estimated wait time for this malaria 30 minutes. Not yet completed. Approval status. Okay. Now it's showing that it says you can't print this result as this customer still owes 65. There is a button that should appear here if the person has totally paid. Let's check somebody else's account so that you see what we're talking about. Let's come to Tinadan. Tinadan is not owing any amount, so come to Tinadan. You see A5 batch preview, print and send. A4 batch. So these two buttons you can use it to actually print. You can use it to actually print the result that is available. So you see this person did malaria, blood pregnancy, and all of those. This button, update MTF, this is what you use to update. Okay, you want to, let's say you want to edit this result now, you come to update results, MTF model. So here we go. So this is the place where you edit the results. Okay, so this is the heading, parameter. Under parameter you have malaria, you have parasite density, then results. So these are the templates of how the result will look like. So to edit a result, you can, let's say, come here now and change this plus now. Change that plus now to negative. Okay, negative, or you spell it negative. So once you're done that, if there's any footnotes you put there. Okay, so now completion status. If the result is completed, you can select completed here, and if you have done updating the results, meaning it's ready for printing, you can say approved, completed. Usually both options are showing here because you are the admin. The operator and the receptionist can only see this completed option, while it's only the scientist or the admin that can see approved. Okay, then we say update results. When we touch this is applicable to every other result as well. When we touch it, we'll find that the result has been updated successfully. And as at this point, the patient is going to get an SMS report that his result has been approved or is ready for pickup. Okay, then he will now know what to do. So let's come here now. Come to, once you are done with that, you can go back to daily investigation. Okay, network issues. Okay, so you can go and check other investigation, Mr. Namdi. Okay, the one we did just now was for Tinadan. Okay, let's go and look at it. You see, it's showing completed now and it's showing approved. Showing completed now and it's showing approved. Let's go and update the blood pregnancy as well. Update result for it. Okay, never mind. Once in a while you have because of a bad network, you can come. Okay, it has opened now. Blood pregnancy test. Let's change this now to negative. As you can see, we're updating the results, and this is not a formal result of anybody. This is just a general template, unlike the way it is done on MS Word, where you see where you have to go, they clean a result that have been done before, and at the end of the day, most laboratories don't keep record. They don't have any record. All the tests they do is just inside one folder and all that, and then they have been editing. If this person come and do his own, they save on top somebody else's own. There is no control and all of that. You can't actually, after like a month, you can't actually give a physical record. There's no data mining. You don't keep data for future use. No statistical whatever. They are just typing and saving. And when another person come and do the test, they open that test and write a new one on top of it. Those are unethical behavior, just that there have been no solution until now. Well, our software is the solution for that and all that. Let's continue. So if you say negative, okay, we'll come back here to say negative. So you can, this is very interesting because it means you can, as you can see, I'm working from an Android device. It means you can actually, wherever you are, you can actually update results. You can actually approve them from wherever you are. Okay, completed, approved. Okay, and then you say updated. Okay, so here we go. It's ready now. So we'll click on this purple button, back to daily investigation. Now we want to go and see how this result looks like. So we'll come to Tina Dan. We'll see it on A5. Let's see it on A5 batch preview mode. Okay, so here we go. Okay, this is the result. Now we want to print the two of them now. Okay, because the person booked the two of them together and both are ready. So we say print and send. You click on the green button, print and send below. Now it's opening the PDF file now. It's opening the PDF file now. So this is actually how the result looks like. This is actually how the result looks like. Okay, this is the sample result, sample investigation, clean. The barcode on the left hand side, the signature of the scientist, and what do you have here? These are the results. The one for malaria, followed by investigation for blood pregnancy test and all of that. So this is how the result looks like. So you can actually print this or send this immediately to the patient. Although the software at this moment, we'll go to the billing side now. We'll find that during the billing process, the software sends an SMS or a WhatsApp message to the patient, giving them the link that will enable them download this same PDF result whenever you have updated it and it is ready and all that. So if the patient has totally paid, he can actually log online through our link and download his report. and he cannot edit it. It's just a PDF copy that comes like this, and or they can download it and go and use it for the investigations, to complete their health checkup or treatment and all that. So this is actually how we've taken you through how the result works and how you can access your report. Okay, so you can go through this video again if there's any part you are missing, and then you can ask questions, or you can comment, and so on and so forth. So we'll stop this here now. Our next now we'll be looking at how to bill a patient. How do we bill a patient? We'll be looking at that now. Thank you very much. Okay, back to the dashboard. Okay.